Today, let's talk about my story. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my business career so far and how that has led me to create Cookie. Okay, so I went to university in 2009, graduated in 2012. I just went to a local university and that worked absolutely fine for me. I loved it. You know, it was down to earth and everyone got on really well and everyone was friendly. I left there with a 2-1 classification degree. 2-1s are always the best, I'd say. And then while I was working there, I worked in a small little print bureau in a small little village in the middle of nowhere, really. And it was there that I really cranked up my personal skills, you know, my customer relations and dealing with small to medium-sized businesses. I've never really worked with huge multinational businesses. And even though when I was at university and even when I worked at that job, that was the dream, I've now reached that point in my life where I know I'm never going to work with businesses like that, and I'm quite happy about that, weirdly enough. So yeah, I worked at the small print and design bureau for just under 6 years, which was great. You know, it was a laugh. I always had a laugh there, and I learned some good skills. I completely fell in love with print. I'm not going to lie. There were days when I wanted to burn the printer, but I love it. You know, I love feeling the print as it comes out the printer and you get that warm texture. If you've dealt with print before, you know what I mean. Come on, you know what I mean. It's that fuzziness. You know, getting the right colours, you know, colour calibration and all that kind of stuff, and learning how different types of paper stock give a different effect. Which has worked brilliantly for what I'm about to do now. It's coming in, you know, it's worth its weight in gold for that. But yeah, I worked at this small print bureau for nearly 6 years, and I'd reached that point where I'd always had that dream where I wanted to start my own business, and I kept putting it off out of fear more than anything, and lack of funds. I just never had the money to be able to, you know, take that leap of faith and start the business. So I did a little bit of sneaky moonlighting, so working after hours just to get a little bit of money saved up. It worked. You know, I got a little bit of money tucked away and got to about 5 years in, 5.5 years in, and I told my boss at the time, I was like, you know, I'm gonna have to leave, and it was heart-wrenching to leave, but I had to do it. Because, as you know, if you're watching this, you've probably got that same feeling where you're thinking, you've got that niggle in the back of your head of, oh, I'm ready to do this. And you've got the idea and it's festering in your head. And I did it. Did the leap of faith, and I did all the wrong things, as I will go through in more details. I got a big office, even though it's just myself. I didn't have anywhere near enough clients, and I just did it. I just did the leap of faith, and I've done it for 1.5 years successfully. I've never missed paying wages. I've always been able to do that. And yeah, so I did that. I got the office in Nottingham city centre, which was, you know, I thought it was a good move. And I quickly learned a lot of mistakes very quickly, and realised how difficult and lonely it is running a business on your own. I was expecting it to start here, and then, you know, I'd end up having, like, I'll be turning over 500,000, 6 months. I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be driving a Rolls Royce by the end of the year. And it just didn't work that way. I realised I was quickly spinning so many plates, metaphorically spinning so many plates, that I couldn't keep up with everything. And the way that I built the business, it feels now, I'm still running it, that it just feels as if it's not much fun. It's taking itself way too serious. It's like having a kid and secretly hating it. Any parents out there, you know what I mean. Yeah, so I've done it for 1.5 years. I'm still doing it now. It's the bread and butter. It pays for my wages. It pays for the electric. It pays for here. And I love it. I do love it. Otherwise I wouldn't do it. And I currently put about 70 hours a week into it, combined with setting up Cookie as well. And it was doing that and working these hours, which has ultimately led me to, there's nothing wrong with print. I'm an all right designer. You know, I feel I am competent in Illustrator, in design and Photoshop. I feel comfortable doing that, but I am very, very aware, from my point of view, there's an expiration date on design. You know, I'm getting older. I'm getting closer to 30. Don't say, oh, I thought you were older than 30. A lot of people say that. There's a new generation of people, and I'm comfortable with that. You know, there's new kids coming out of university and colleges and stuff, and they are shit hot at what they do. They know what they're doing. They've got a new eye for detail, and that's great. And I was hoping with the company I'm running at the moment that it would have reached the point where I'm hiring them by now. And the rate that it's growing, I've already hit that plateau of how much I'm earning. I can't scale it. I just cannot scale it at the moment. So I thought, why not? Let's start a new business. Let's start an online print business that is energetic, full of fun, and just do great quality products. I've got that eye for detail with print. That never really changes. It's always going to be there. Because I do branding in the current business, it's given me the perfect foundation to start this new business. I've got all the assets, all the knowledge on how to build this visual identity, this corporate identity. That I've done it all. I've done the trademark, I've got the name, I've got the logo and branding assets. Everything is ready to just hit the ground running with it and just have a bit, enjoy it, have a bit of fun with it. I've done that for a year and a half. I'm going to continue doing the current business while this is on its runway of starting up. And hopefully in the next few years, being more realistic, in the next few years, I'm hoping that it will take off. Being more active on content, posting more items online, and not expecting work to come to me will hopefully help the business grow in the long term. So that's it. That's my story. So I went to university, got an internship, ended up working full time, jumped off the ship and started my own thing. And now we are at Cookie. This is the new business, it's a new start, and I'm so excited for it. So if you enjoyed it, please click the like button, smash the subscribe button, and if you want to get notifications, just click that little bell and you'll get notifications when I release new videos, hopefully every week. Thank you for watching. Bye.